and there's scientific proof, okay, fossil records, all that stuff. I mean, how can there be...
Okay, so if you want to get into fossil records, explain the Great Flood. How did kangaroos get to Australia and there's no fossils in between, where the Ark landed in now what we call the Middle East? Kangaroos have now, you know, it's a fact that there's kangaroos in Australia. How did kangaroos go from the Middle East to Australia in 4,000 years with leaving no traces of fossils?
So you know that the Earth was not always like where the continents are now. You could take all the continents now and put them together, right?
Correct, but there's still no. Okay, so there's still no fossils of kangaroos anywhere in the Middle East or in India. I mean, Australia, okay, say it's moved in 4,000 years, it moves about 1.5 inches a year. So that's how many miles that it's moved. You know, it's not very far. So, okay, if you want to get into fossil facts...
So if I can believe that God took these animals, okay, and there was 2 of every kind, but there was some of the clean animals, there was more, so they could sacrifice them. So if God brought these animals to the ark, do you not think that he could put them on the earth wherever he wants them, send them off where they needed to go?
If an ark landed, God didn't move them after they landed. They all spread out and go. That's I grew up on.
You don't think that God had any direction in that? I mean, you look at the geese, okay, when they migrate, right? Okay?
Kangaroos
Who tells
don't fly.
them how to migrate?
Kangaroos don't fly.
So a God-given compass that they have. So if God said, okay, I want these here, they're going to go there. You know why? Because they obey the living God. The animals are better at it than we are.
Okay, so another thing about the Great Flood. After the whole earth was covered in water, none of the animals tried to swim up to the top. All fossils are on strict layers.
Well, have you ever heard of the hydroplate theory?
It's a theory. Okay?
Right. It's a hydroplate theory. Right. We do know that it rained. Okay, so we can say, well, you know, it rained.
But none of them tried to go up to the top.
Okay, so what the hydroplate theory is that the fountains of the deep, which are in the Bible, came up and that water shot, you know, miles up into the air. Okay, so when things all that flooded and all the sediment, they were buried very rapidly.
Okay,
and then when the water receded, there was an erosion, right?
That still doesn't say why.
Cover them.
So why is a fossil down here 1,000 years older than this one? If you think that they all got mixed up, wouldn't they be all mixed up and have young fossils here and old fossils here, and it wouldn't be consistent with what science has found today?
So how can they find if dinosaurs are what? How many 100 million years old? 680 million years old? Whatever they want to believe, right? Okay. How could you find actual dinosaurs? Their bones would still have tissue, live tissue.
Well, either because they haven't found a dinosaurs with live tissue. First of all,
they actually found some dinosaur bones in Montana that haven't even
and the mammoth
petrified yet.
But then that comes to the issue of ice being frozen.
Well, this was tissue on it, so that tells you the Earth is 6,000 years old, man.
So mammoths are 6,000 years old.
Mammoths.
And all other ancient things like dinosaurs.
Yeah, well, God created the Earth
where did dinosaurs
in 6
come
days.
from?
Absolutely, God created them.
God created them and put them in the ground for us to question?
Question? No.
Or
Only those who hate God believe there's no God who created these things.
I'm not saying I don't believe in a God. I don't know which God I believe in.
Like, you don't know which one?
I try to study all religions and compare them.
What God has done anything for you?
None of them, yeah.
None of them. Okay. So you can't say that my God's not going to do anything for
I mean, I was raised in the church as a kid my whole life, and you know, I always tried to find answers and whatnot. And
so at least my God gave you instructions, gave you wisdom, and gave you His word and what He did. Your other gods you've researched,
well, they have all the same commandments. Have you studied all religions, man?
Yeah, well, I do actually. I preach outside of churches and stuff like that.
I mean, have you actually just not to follow them, just to be interested in religion? Any other religions?
Well, let's say Islam. Take Islam for example, right? Okay, you've got Muhammad. Okay,
Islam
an angel of light comes to
Christianity.
him, gives him this great revelation. He writes the Quran, or you know, he writes all this stuff. And what does it end up? It all points to him. Okay, they believe in Jesus, that he existed, but he was just a prophet, that he wasn't the son of God.
Let's go. You know, thousands of years back. All other religions, they're all based around the sun and the moon.
Yes,
and that's what Christianity.
You've got a bunch of people walking around who don't want the God of the Jews. Okay, they don't want that God. Well, they've got this great big ball of light up there. Well, you know, it makes sense for a simple people to go, okay, well, that's my God.
Okay.
But my God goes to sleep. No, my God doesn't sleep.
And there you have it, folks. You have anything more you want to say?
Turn to Jesus or burn in hell.
Turn to Jesus or burn in hell.